Well, welcome back to the second half of the Port Huron Northern, Port Huron High soccer game. The Port Huron Big Reds and the Huskiettes are tied 2-2 after the first 40 minutes. And we're getting ready for a big second half. The wind seemingly died a bit there at the end of the second, is picking up right now, and could become quite a factor in the second half. Port Huron High has the opportunity to take that wind and score a few goals here real quickly.
Well, Dick, what do you, again, nodded it too, what do you look for the changes? What do you think the strategy was at halftime with both of these coaches?
Well, I think Port Huron Northern's just very happy to have a 2-2 score right now. They really had only 3 or 4 real quality scoring opportunities in the first half, and scoring 50% of the time is very, very good. But right now, to tell you the truth, the Northern team's pressing the issue to Port Huron High, even with the wind advantage there. You notice number 14 there for Port Huron Northern. That was Dawn Thomas. Fell down, but there was no interference call or anything. We do have an interference call here. And Daw Sansonot's going to make the big kick. Big kick towards the goal. Whoop. Nice stop by the Port Huron High goalie. Who is the goalie in this period, Randy? Do you know for sure?
Well, I talked to one of the mothers at halftime, and I think it could be number 33, Heather Muntz, but I see that her position is sweeper, so we'll have to send a scout down and recheck that. I don't think that's accurate.
We'll get our information from anybody. Yeah, this will be an interesting call by the referee. We have 2 players down. There'll be a stoppage of play. Should be a stoppage of play. The clock keeps ticking away.
I do know, however, Dick, that Aaron Graham, number 12, is the goalie for Port Huron Northern.
Oh, okay. Aaron Graham, number 12. How about Aaron Graham, number 4?
Okay, 4. I'm looking
there
for
we
12.
Go.
She's a grade 12.
There we go. They did stop the clock. We do have an injury on the field. Although, folks, generally speaking, the injuries in the on the soccer field are bumps and bruises. It is a contact sport out there. You're right, particularly when you're driving for a goal. And you can expect a few bumps and bruises after a good soccer game. Just like NBA basketball. Go to the hole and stuff the ball, and the other guy wants to chop your legs out from underneath you.
Well, this will give us a chance to plug the station a little bit during the injury. Businesses and individuals can sponsor programs on CPHS, so if they're so inclined, you should call Sue Broadhagen, station manager at Channel 6. Number's 984-6621. If you'd like a copy of tonight's broadcast or any other show that Channel 6 puts on, again, for a small fee, you can have your own copy, again, by calling Channel 6.
I'll tell you, that's a lot easier, Randy, than trying to do it yourself and missing half the plays. The Channel 6 will get all the plays in, and they'll do a fabulous job for you.
And again, you know, Channel 6 is known for any organization that wants to advertise for a nonprofit event coming up, whether it's a school or a civic thing. Again, is a Channel 6 happy to plug that for you. Again, it is your Channel 6, and you should take full advantage of it. Again, just underway here in the second half. We were waiting for see how the injury's going, and again, we are knotted at 2 here from beautiful Memorial Stadium, and I see the lights have finally come on.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about playing here at Memorial Stadium. I was fortunate enough to play football here several years ago, and it's a great place to play. I remember very vividly Port Huron Big Reds went up 21-0 against us. I played for Grosse Pointe High in those days, and We were fortunate the coach took us aside, and I'm sure he didn't slap us in the helmet, you know. But he told us that we better get our gears going, and we sure did, because we came back and scored 28 points in the second half to beat the Big Reds that night.
Well, still a rivalry between Grosse Pointe and the Big Reds. That injury was Dana Kruger. Fortunately, she walked off with the trainer. And again, Dana, an integral part of tonight's contest with already an assist, one of the leading scorers for Coach Jerry Frent. And we'll see her back in the game, I'm sure, within the next 2 or 3 minutes.
You notice that was an indirect kick. The one player slid it to the other player, and then they kicked it out towards the goal.
And referee Swaggles has blown his whistle. Let's try to sort this out. Penalty kick, Dick, or what?
No, it looks like a direct kick here on the goal, just from outside the hot box area there.
Jackie Nichols going to take it. You can see the blue wall forming in front of her.
Yep, they're trying to measure off the 10 yards requirement from the ball there.
She
nice
kicks it
kick,
over and
good
beautiful
shot,
kick.
over the top.
She had it in the right place. Just a little bit too high by Miss Nichols. Nichols with 2 assists on both goals tonight.
Yeah, Jackie's done a real nice job there from right forward position, handling the ball out in the corner. She's got a good leg on her. She made a nice shot at the net. That wind carried it over the top.
Oh, nice job by Kelly Taggart, but Rucker stays with it and picks it up for Port Huron High.
They're playing, both teams are playing very good transitional ball here. They're moving it back and forth in the neutral zone. That's the center of the field there, folks, for those of you that don't know.
Well, Dick, this AYSO program, tell us about that, and are most of those games played at, Lightfoot Fields on Beach Road? Is that where most of the soccer in this town takes place?
Yeah, AYSO is very fortunate to have a field built specifically for them out in Port Huron Township. It is a tremendous facility for all the kids. Big Reds are putting a little pressure here. Good defensive stop by number 13, Dina Curry there. They have fields in all different sizes for all the kids out there at Lightfoot. And it's been a good place for all the kids to play. It's in excellent shape. The referee here, Rick Swaggles, takes very good care of it. He not only referees, he makes sure the grass gets mowed and everything gets taken care of out there. It's a big organization, AYSO, and it takes a lot of determined people in the local area to keep it going. They do a very fabulous job here.
And when you say there's different fields, so in other words, if my 4-year-old was in a soccer league, I'm sure he wouldn't be running 110 yards.
Right, it'd be a much substantially smaller field. I don't know the exact measurements of the field, Randy, but for the younger kids, the goals are smaller and the field itself is smaller to make it easier for them. We don't want to wear them out. We just want them to have a good time out there.
Now, what would be, I'm assuming, again, 4 would be too young, but when is the first league? 7 and 8 years old, or is that still a little bit on the young side?
I think they have 7, 8-year-olds. To tell you the truth, I don't know exactly the youngest ones out there, but I'll tell you they're mighty young out there starting. And there's, if your child is physically capable, I'm sure that AYSO has a set series of rules that guide that. But if your child, like I say, is physically capable, they can get out there and get playing early. I know my kids started out playing in the Y program. I'm not sure exactly what age it was, but they started playing in the Y program. They played in the Y program 1 year. That's where the National Bank of Detroit, or NBD, is now, on that old field there between the,
That's right, I remember
the
that.
jail and the Y there. And, they got broken into the game and learned how it was to play. My daughter Laura used to like to hang from the goalie net. She was very good at that. A little pressure here by Northern. But the Big Reds covered up. We're going to get a Northern throw-in right here.
Throw-in's going to be by Kelly Taggart. Well, who are, besides yourself, Dick? I mean, it takes a lot of volunteers. You mentioned, all the fine work that referee Squaggles does and stuff like that. You always see that people plug different businesses, but this gives us an opportunity to maybe plug some of the individuals. Who are some of the quote-unquote movers and shakers around here as far as soccer is concerned?
Well, I've coached a lot. I haven't been involved with the management side of the coin for AYSO, but one person I do know is Betty Hain, who's helped with the placement of players and the uniform situation in this past year, because I've spoken with her a couple of times. I'm sorry for the rest of the AYSO people that I'm not absolutely sure who they are, but you've done a terrific job over all those years, and I certainly appreciate it, and I know all the kids that are out here, good portion of them have played in the AYSO, and they wouldn't be the soccer players they are today without that program having been there.
Well, again, soccer it takes a lot of volunteers, but again, that's what we need, and we commend all of those, whether it's soccer or other sports, that give of their time.
It's a good give and go if we can get the ball back there. Move it across the front. Could have a shot at goal.
Well, Taggart had got it into 14. Dawn Thomas, the freshman, who already has one goal tonight, and kind of upset herself as she kicked it wide, but a nice play by Dawn Thomas.
That's a good play by the whole Northern team, and the goalkeeper from Port Huron High did a nice job covering that side of the net so that Dawn didn't have a real good shot at the net there.
Well, we've got 32 minutes left in tonight's contest. So a lot of time for either one of these teams to break the deadlock at 2. Oh, we
There's
got one in the face
there.
Number, I think it's 34, Beverly Herber, took one, like you said, right to the chin, I believe. One thing I'm going to recommend for soccer is that they put their names on the back of their uniforms, or we hire a spotter. It's very difficult. The numbers are very small on the front of their jerseys, and when they're running right at you, that's what we have to see. And I really would like to see their names on the back of their uniforms.
Sure would make it a little easier, wouldn't it? So all you parents out there, since we've given the credit for the goals to the wrong people and the shots to the wrong people, you tell the teams to get their names on the back of the jerseys there.
Again, bear with us. We don't get paid for this. We give of our time also, Dick, so we're doing the best that we can.
Are you kidding? I thought you said.
Yeah, I know I owe you big time for this.
Camera crew Randy's doing a terrific job. I'm just watching here on the monitor, staying right with the play very nicely.
Well, I tell you, I do my forte, so to speak, is doing the boys and girls basketball for Channel 6. They give me the opportunity to do that, kind of one of my outlets. And I'll tell you, the people that work for Channel 6, these young people are top-notch individuals, and again, they prove that game in and game out.
Yeah, they're very dedicated to their position here.
And
There's a good kick there with the wind. It's a good time to diagonal across the front of the field. Oop, lost control and went out of bounds.
We should also mention that even though it's not finished yet, we're in the quote-unquote refurbished booths up here at Memorial Stadium, and I believe when they're done, they are going to look nice. We do have a couple recommendations for them that we'll talk about later, but again, a lot better improvement on what they used to have up here, and again, it's going to come in handy for doing soccer and also for high school football.
Yeah. Yeah, this is primarily a football field. The width of the field is a football width. They've adapted it nicely to the soccer field. The girls, actually, this is maybe a little better field size for the girls because it's a little narrower. It creates a little more action, a little more activity by making a narrower field, too.
Well, I'll tell you, I've always thought, though, regardless of what sport is played here, but talking about, I always thought Memorial Stadium was one of the best, if not the best, at least for football anyway, stadiums that the state of Michigan has to offer. I mean, normally you go to a stadium and one side is like this cement, nice things, but on the other side it's just, bleachers are put up or whatever. And I'll tell you, just a fine facility that we have here. We should be very fortunate living in the Port Huron area.
Yeah, I can agree with you there, Randy. Having played on this field as a senior in high school, I played on quite a few fields. I played football for a long time, and this is always one place that stuck real right up front in my memory. Looks like a corner kick from Port Huron High.
Scramble in front, and Manguy puts another shot on the net that's blocked out front. Northern's going to kick it away there. Good chance for Port Huron High.
Yeah, Northern was very fortunate there, Randy. They didn't get the ball put in the net on them. That was a good kick out there by number 9, Jackie Nichols, right in front of the net.
Well, we started this game, like you said, with about 74 degrees. It's dropped a little bit, but geez, just a beautiful night to be playing. Nice night if you're a spectator, too.
Yep. A lot of the people are wearing just light sweaters or a lightweight jacket over their T-shirts and shirts.
We should also give some credit to these young men. We don't know their names on the respective sidelines. The ball boys, so to speak, where Johnny on the spot for the throw-ins, rotating the balls in and out, and probably a labor of love, almost like the bat boy in baseball. They're out here running around, and hopefully our camera crew can pick them up.
Well, they keep the game moving along real quickly. A little defensive strategy by Sarah Jones there, slowing down number 9, Jackie Nichols, allowing the defense to get better in place.
Well, 23 did a fine job there for Northern.
That's Sarah Jones, I believe, yeah. Her older sister Brandy went out with a knee injury a while back and isn't coming back this year, I guess. Great stop there.
Melissa giving up her body for the good of the team.
There you go. Scott Talmadge caught that out-of-bounds play right on. The ball moved out even before it hit the ground, and it's out of bounds. Sarah Jones is coming out. Sonsonet's going back in.
Well, in case you just joined us, Northern opened up the scoring early on at the 2-minute mark of the contest with Moore McCarthy getting the goal. Port Huron High tied it back up with Laura Manguy's goal, and then again about 20 minutes later in the first half, Northern went ahead with a goal by Dawn Thomas, a superb freshman for Coach Paul Jones. But then shortly thereafter, Laura Manguy netted her second of the contest, and that's where we've been for quite a while, knotted at 2.
We're almost 14 minutes into the second half, and we've had no score in this half. It's been a very evenly played game so far. The advantage of the wind has not seemed to overpower either of the two teams. Little hesitation by Stacy Palladino there. Got her good foot into it.
I think Northern's done a superb job on number 2, Erica Sofa. Erica, who's a fine player, she's in the fray there right now. They've always dropped 2-3 ladies back, so it's almost 1-on-3, and the Northern defense have kind of shut her down tonight. So far, we should say.
Well, that's been a factor so far. She hasn't had any free shots at the net, no free breakaways, but it can change just like now. Good player like herself will move the ball to somebody else so that they can get the free shot at the net. And that could be what caused the 2 goals earlier in the game for the Port Huron High team. Donna Sanson gets the big foot into that one, but it comes right back. And it's kicked out of bounds by Stacy Palladino.
Again, when we hear that horn, wholesale substitutions. A little cooler in the booth from the first half there. We were
It's the old story in Port Huron. The sun goes down, the temperature goes with it. Okay, a little action right out in front of the goal. It could be a shot. Oh, skittered off her toe to the left there.
34, Beverly Herber almost had the go-ahead opportunity.
Have a goal kick here. Good pressure by Port Huron High, bringing the ball back in. Okay, we've got a goal kick once again, signaled by referee Rick Swagles.
And more substitutions.
It's a long game. They got to keep the bodies moving in and out to keep everybody as fresh as possible.
Well, I tell you, with 80 minutes of play, they're lucky that, we were playing in 90-degree heat in the middle of the afternoon. I think you'd have to have some oxygen out here for anybody who's playing this sport.
Yeah, for you and me too.
I know I'd need it. That's
you
for
got
sure.
us our oxygen with our drinks earlier. The carbonated kind of drinks, folks.
Diet Coke. Go put in a plug for Diet Coke.
Oh, that's going to cost you.
See, next year we're going to have to get them to open up at least one of the refreshment stands down below, so we don't have to run to the store. But needed that. It was very warm in the. You mentioned the hot box, so to speak. I don't know if you're talking about our booth up here or out front of the goal.
When that sun was up, it was mighty warm. The Port Huron High Big Reds seem to be putting a little extra pressure on right now, whether it's the wind or the lateness in the game.
Nice play by the goalkeeper, Graham.
Yeah, Aaron's done a real good job in goal for him this half. Good smart kick out of bounds there. That'll allow the defensive team to get gathered up. Didn't go out the end line. That way there's no corner kick.
Well, with girls high school soccer, quite possibly are we too far behind. What I seem to enjoy a lot is the fast-paced action of indoor soccer played at different hockey arenas. It seems that's a very fast-paced game instead of a low-scoring affair. You're normally in double digits, and I'm wondering if down the road you may see that probably at McMorran Auditorium would be the venue for that in this town.
Yeah, but tell you the truth, Randy, I think that indoor soccer probably, until they get a couple more facilities here in town, those ice rinks are loaded all winter long, so they're gonna have to find some other place to play. Most of the indoor soccer rinks are, the closest one is the one down in St. Clair Shores. That used to be a tennis house, actually, is what it was originally. And although tennis is a hot prospect in Grosse Pointe, they had enough facilities and they turned it into that indoor soccer field. Number 22 there, Nicole Luna, did a nice job of controlling the ball.
Well, one thing about soccer, definitely, if you have speed, that's probably a great attribute. But it's not like other sports. You don't have to be 7 feet tall like basketball to be a star. You don't have to, weigh 250 pounds like in football to be. Basically, if you've got a little bit of agility and whatever, almost anybody can play soccer, and I think that's why it's picked up, especially for the younger kids. In fact, I see a lot more youth playing soccer than Little League anymore.
Yeah. Well, the game of soccer is athletic. You're running, you're jumping, you're kicking, you're putting yourself in terrific shape. That's one of the big advantages. Baseball, certainly America's pastime. Up until at least last year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know if we're still over with the strike as Sofa makes a fine move.
Sofa's doing a great job. She's got 21 goals so far, going for 22.
No call there.
Nope, good defensive strategy, squeeze it out.
And now you got Northern on the attack as Dawn Thomas brings it up on the east wing. Rucker on the defense.
Handling, the two girls there are Maura McCarthy and Dawn Thomas. They're freshman and sophomore players, so Coach Jones is going to have them around for a while.
Nice kick out by Lori Milliken. Northern's still pressing the attack, though, but there's Manguy to kick it out to the 40-yard line.
Or thereabouts.
Well, we just reached the halfway mark in the second half. Again, a little over 19 minutes to go in the contest. Like I say, these girls got to be tired with this 80 minutes of play here, nonstop action.
It's a lot of action. They took their little 10-minute break, and they're back on the field playing real hard. Number 11 there, Dana Kruger's coming back. Dana's going to come back at right wing. Dana's a sophomore in high school. She has 10 years of experience with the last two on the Storm travel team. She's got a good low shot and a quick release, are Dana's trademarks. And Dana has scored 8 goals and has 4 assists, not counting anything that happened today.
And she does have an assist tonight.
Well, there you go, Dana. Congratulations. Got another assist. You're up to 5 assists. Okay, Northern's got the throw in now. Going back to the goalie.
That's a set play, isn't it, Dick?
Well, you know, anytime they're not sure where it should go, kick back to the goalie or throw back to the goalie is good strategy there. Nice move by Miss Luna there at midfield, but Northern got control of the ball.
McCarthy on the leg kick.
Oh, almost had a breakaway there for Sarah Smith, but she slipped. This has become a terrific game here. This is still a 2-2 tie with 17 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second half.
Turned into a defensive struggle.
Yeah. Well, they're getting their opportunities, but defensively the teams are doing a great job, although there was a miss there. That wind still is a big advantage there, Randy. It's pushing the ball to our right, down towards the Northern goal there.
Erica Sofa and Heather Reinking were dueling it out there in the west corner. Portland High with some token pressure, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie Bales trying to get it cleared.
She must have kicked it off the leg of the Big Reds player and out of bounds.
It's definitely a sport you don't want to just stand around and watch when you're out on the field. You've got to get into the fray.
You won't be there very long if you're looking at things go by. We have some substitutions. Coming into the play for the Big Reds is number 8, Jennifer Alexander, and number 9, Jackie Nichols. Looks like Jackie's going to play right wing here. And Jennifer's going to be the midfielder. So far, the strategy's been paying off for the Huskies. They've kept someone very close to Erica Sofa, who has 21 goals so far and 3 assists. She scored 5 goals in one game this year against Lance Cruz North.
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
You don't see that too often in any sport.
That's a lot of goals in the game of soccer.
More substitutions as the horn sounds.
Yep, got to keep those fresh legs moving out there. There's number 2, Jill Jameson, and Rachel Kearns going in.
Well, I know, we're playing soccer here in the Midwest, but isn't soccer very strong out in the East Coast?
Yeah, soccer's real strong all over the United States right now. After last year's World Cup, soccer really reached the peak of interest.
It was nice. I don't know if anybody went down and saw it, but we had a couple of World Cup games down at the Pontiac Silverdome.
Mm-hmm. And although it was a fairly warm venue to be playing in, the players who probably lost the 15 pounds we talked about earlier did enjoy playing in that facility there.
Nice play by Dina Curry, but we got a whistle. Ball goes over to Port Huron High. Rucker kicks it in.
Dina's got the ball again.
Corner shot by Carrie Petz, or pardon me, by Jackie Nichols.
Excellent shot, just slipped off her foot, just outside the goal post.
Well, I tell you, the way it's been going here, we've been without a goal for quite a while. The next team to get one, you'd almost have to say that could do it.
Yeah, although there's a lot of time. There's 13 minutes left in this game, so there's lots of time left to play. Score is tied 2-2 with 13 minutes and 30 seconds to play.
Now Northern back on the attack.
Northern's got to control those plays there if they hope to get the ball in. They're fighting that wind, and they got to keep the control of it.
Dana Kruger down the sideline, 1-on-2. Sofa joins the fray in the middle, trying to get the ball to her, but the two Northern defenders, number 40 and number 2, Stacy Palladino and Jill Jameson, block Miss Kruger.
And Dana just kicked the ball out the end line there, so they'll get a goal kick to put the ball back in play by the defensive team. If you notice where the players are standing, they figured out how far the ball will go, and they're waiting for it to come out to them. That's the Big Red team there, so they can kick it back at that old goalie there. Okay, Big Reds get control of the ball. It'll be an indirect kick.
Oh, nice play by the goalkeeper, Graham.
Graham boots it up, but it goes right down the middle, and it's controlled by Port Huron High. Oop, little change of direction there.
Oh, the goalie Graham's out of the net, but a nice defensive play, I think, by Palladino. I'll tell you, if number 40, if Stacy wasn't there, Port Huron High goes up 1 as Graham come way out. In fact, you can see right now Graham hugging her defender there, saying, thanks, you really bailed me out on that one.
I think that's what gives coaches gray hairs.
She wandered far out of her net, they say.
Well, our heartiest congratulations to the Detroit Red Wings, who actually made it out of the first round. Although they did try to entertain everybody by losing on Sunday down in Dallas.
You know, soccer, a lot of things, it's like hockey here. The goalie wanders out, the defenseman got to fill the void, and that's what Stacy did there. That was right on the net, definite goal. And again, Northern very fortunate to keep this game knotted at 2 with 10:58 to go in the contest.
Yeah, Stacy Palladino made the play of the game so far in stopping that kick. It was a free shot by the Big Red team, and it would have been an easy goal, just like the San Jose goal last year to finish the Red Wings off in the first round.
The goalkeeper wandered out, and it cost him. Well, that's one thing about soccer. Without any timeouts to huddle really the team over, you can't kind of get your team under control and say, look, don't wander out too far or get back on defense. Or all you can do is yell instructions. And I tell you, I'm sure the coaches' voices are almost hoarse. These ladies are spread out all over the field.
Well, different guys coach in different fashions. It sounds to me like Coach Frent isn't giving a lot of yelling at his players. He's given them good instructions before. Coach Jones, I'm sure, has given them good instructions, and he's just a good old holler type of guy. He likes to let them know that he's around and he's rooting for them. Good pass play there by Northern. Sometimes, Randy, a fluke pass will make the game one way or another, and that almost happened right there. If that ball had a little more oomph on it, it would have gone through, and he might have had a free breakout at the goal. Dana Thomas handles the ball, kicks it out to Kelly Taggart. Kelly's going to have to cross it inside. Lost control of it. Oop, straight kick out. That was good old Sarah Jones there, kicking her out there. Coach Jones's daughter.
And Stacy does all she
Stacy
can
tried
do
to hit us up here, Randy.
Just to stop play to get her Northern defenders back. Again, Port Huron High on the offense, but Northern doing a good job to keep the score at 2. And Stacy's played a fine job defensively. I tell you, that play she just made was probably the play of the game so far for Northern.
Yep.
Filling in as the second goalkeeper, so to speak. And again, Stacy thwart the high attempt again.
Stacy's only a sophomore at Port Huron Northern, so she'll have 2 more years to develop her game.
I'll tell you, looking at both these...
Great great corner kick there, and a fine defensive move by the goalkeeper, Aaron Graham.
Looking at both these rosters, especially Port Huron High's, they've got a lot of underclassmen. And again, you got to like that Port Huron High already in first place in a MAC Gold division, and you're only going to lose about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors. So I think Port Huron High is going to be real strong the next few years. And again, Northern, again, not losing that many players. And again, we alluded to earlier, 14-0 undefeated JV team. So even though these teams are in their first year of play, many good things to come for both these teams.
Yeah, the prospects are good for both teams. That Port Huron Northern JV team has scored 51 goals this year, and they've only allowed 3 goals so far. That's quite an enviable record, 14-0.
Another shot on Graham. She easily handles that.
Smart play, kicks it out diagonally out to the outside. There's another goal kick signified by our referee in chief today, Rick Swagels. Substitution here for Port Huron High, number 34, Bev Herbers, going into the game. Bev's a senior. She's had AYSO experience, and she's assisted on 2 goals already this season.
Well, Moore McCarthy just took one, I think, off the face / the shoulder, but she's all right. Although that stung me up here, so that had to hurt a little bit.
Oh, she's a tough player, Randy. She'll be there for the game. That was Nicole Luna out there handling the ball. And the Big Reds keep possession. Speaking of McCall, this is her first year of playing soccer. She's got great speed and endurance and a very strong kick. She fills in at all the 3 different midfield positions there for a coach. She's had 4 shutout half games. So she's played a little bit of everywhere so far. She's a strong contributor to this team, according to Coach Frent, and she has very good potential for being a very good player in the future.
And again, it's getting down to the critical stages with around 6 minutes to go in the contest. Again, all running time unless of an injury. So I definitely feel the next goal should decide this contest. Now,
Well,
Dick, do they go overtime if they're not at 2 or penalty kicks or anything like that? Free
No,
kicks?
I think it'll stand as a tie if this game ends. They'd go overtime if it was if there was a decision to be made as far as who was going to be in first place or something like that at the end of the season.
I think the word I was looking for was shootouts. I think they call them.
Shootout. Yeah, all the parents love the shootouts. Shootout is exciting, but it puts a lot of pressure on the goalkeeper and the shooters both, as we've seen one penalty kick in this game.
Main guy trying to get the hat trick, so to speak, just misses the net.
That was a good corner kick, though. Far post, sent to the far post, high enough so that they could get a header on it. And we're down to 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
I think if you're Northern with the wind against you, you just try to hang on. Oh, good play. Oh, what a
Great
nice play
stop.
by the goaltender. Probably the first good opportunity tonight for Erica Sofa to break this tie, but Graham did a nice job, comes up big.
That was just a terrific stop by the goalkeeper there. Northern needs to get the ball out of their zone, get a little pressure relief here. Big Reds are certainly taking it to them right now.
And Rucker and Sofa have not come out of this contest for Port Huron High. They have just got to be exhausted, but they're two of the main people for Coach Frent. And another opportunity, just misses the goal.
And we've got a goal kick for Port Huron Northern. Oh, sorry, we've got a corner kick here.
Right at the net. Oh, nice play by the goaltender, scramble in front. And Northern does a nice job to get it out of there, but we've got a whistle.
Got a goal kick here.
Port Huron High with another opportunity coming with 3:07 to go in the contest. Again, Northern staves off another challenge.
Port Huron Northern has played a smart game this half. They've realized with the wind against them, they have to control the good shooters that Port Huron High has. So they've so far been able to accomplish it, but you can't let them have corner kicks one after another. It'll cost you.
Oh, nice play there by Northern.
Okay, now move it up. They have to move it up and move it out of their zone.
Doing a nice job is Sarah Smith. Her and Dawn. Again, with running time, you got to inbound it quickly.
Down just slightly over 2 minutes, Randy.
Well, Northern wants to keep it down here as much as they can. Don't give High another opportunity, and it's getting deep in the Port Huron High end. We haven't seen that too much in the second half, but Northern's got a fine opportunity this time. Coach Jones walking to midfield, shouting instructions to his troops.
It's a crucial throw, and they could get it right here.
Good opportunity by Dawn Thomas a couple of times. Well, I think this is going to be Port Huron High's last offensive opportunity with under a minute and a half to go, but Northern does a good job keeping it in the high zone. Oh, big opportunity here, but Rucker does a nice job to kick it out. We've got a girl hurt, 22 for Port Huron High, Nicole Luna, but the action continues. Oh, Thomas right there just misses the side kick. Under a minute to go, 55 seconds. Oh, we got people up off their feet for the final minute here, Dick.
Folks, if you didn't get out here, you got to get out to the next one because it's mighty exciting.
I tell you, it was a good inaugural contest for us. 2-2. A lot of action here late in the game. And Luna, playing injured, does a nice kick.
We're down to 23 or 24 seconds, eh? Well, as long as there's time on the clock, there's a chance for this Port Huron High team to score because they have some great offensive potential out there. But we're down to under 10 seconds now.
Oh, nice block there by Sarah Jones. As the time's winding down, 2 seconds, 1 second, and the horn will go.
And they want to keep playing.
They want to keep going. But after 80 minutes of action, we have a final score of 2-2, and again, the crowd gets up on their feet to give them a nice standing ovation. They're going to meet at midfield there to shake hands. And again, Dick, a fine contest here tonight.
Yeah, it really was. The weather was perfect for the game tonight. The wind was a little bit of a factor in the first half, but it didn't seem to be that much of a factor in the second half. Port Huron High team dominated the game in the second half, but just couldn't get the ball in the net there. Got to hand it to those Northern Huskies for a sound defense. But all in all, it was a terrific game and a great way to open the inaugural soccer game for our favorite Channel 6.
Well, again, just to quickly recap the scoring, Laura Mangai with 2 goals for Port Huron High. And for Port Huron Northern, the first goal, Maura McCarthy, and the second by Dawn Thomas. We'd like to thank our camera people tonight, Mr. Douglas Weaver and Danielle Horner. Our directors tonight, Mr. Ed Senick and Shelley Guernsey. Our players of the game for Port Huron High, Laura Mangai with 2 goals and a stellar performance on defense by number 40, Stacy Palladino. Again, from Memorial Stadium, our score 2-2. Again, for Dick Matzna, this is Randy Fernandez. Have a pleasant good evening.